over here at the Sonic Truth with our very special guest, Eddie Lucciola. Say it right?
Yeah.
Luciola.
Yes.
Luciola.
Yes, I got on the first try. No, I'm the master of screwing up names right at the beginning.
So we have him do all the intros.
So I do all the
Keeps it consistent.
yeah. So
Nice.
nobody can get in the comments and be like, "You were wrong this time." So I mean, they're not doing that anyway. But just in case in the future, But yeah. So So Eddie is here he's from Kiive Audio, and what other stuff have you been working on? Like, where else can people see your name? Might be familiar with you or your work.
I do the plugins for Purified, so like Sam Pura, and then Mixland, which is Jesse Ernster.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. So I guess we'll just like hop right into it, huh? So
Yeah, why not?
Jump into
Why
it.
not? I didn't send you any prep questions. So, and that was on purpose. So what got you into the world of like doing plugins?
Yeah, so I used to record local bands, and then back when COVID happened and everything shut down, I was like couldn't go into the studio, and I just taught myself how to code and make plugins.
Well, I mean that's a way to do it.
Thank you, pandemic.
What was it like a challenging like aspect, like getting to that point, like just like what were you doing before you were doing the plugins in order for you to? I know you said you were recording bands, but that was just like with outboard gear and hardware and all that stuff.
Yeah, just all that stuff. Like I had no coding knowledge, and then just like because of COVID, just spent like 8 to 10 hour days learning how to code online.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, COVID taught me how to play drums, play drums. So I think everybody kind of picked up like a skill set. Yours sounds a little bit more useful than mine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You haven't heard me drum. Well, you heard me drum a little bit, but not too well. not too well. But yeah. So
If you don't mind, what programming language do you use? Do you use C++ to develop these, or is that change?
Oh yeah, I use C++ and then like export them through the Juice framework.
Nice.
Very cool.
And approximately how long does it take for you to model a new piece of equipment from beginning to end? I imagine it varies depending on the complexity of the units that you're using. I have actually used the Extressor before, and I'm happy with that unit. And I didn't know until today that you were the one that developed that. So kudos to that.
Sweet. And yeah, it takes like anywhere from a couple weeks to like months.
Well, there is a
And then you work with all these other people, and I'm sure they're like, "Oh, we got to change this." And then there's that process. This person doesn't like the way this looks.
Oh yeah.
yep. And speaking of that, let's get into your relationship with.
Yeah, I mean,
us.
we're a hardware manufacturer. Why are we having someone who does plugins on the Sonic Truth?
Yeah, why are we doing that?
Yeah,
Are we
geez.
entering the digital domain?
That's it, Chris. Are we entering the digital domain?
We're gonna upload ourselves to the cloud? No. No, I mean we're doing a collaboration. We have a collaboration plugin coming out here shortly, November 1st, tentatively. We're talking about that date.
That's 111. 23. Sorry.
So, no, we started with the reverb that we do, the XL-305R, and I thought we had a pretty interesting concept with that, with doing the because a lot of people don't know, they just think it's a completely original device from us, but there was a predecessor to the XL-305R that was the standard XL-305. And we thought it would be cool to do both of those and have the end user be able to toggle between them. And I don't know, Eddie, if you want to talk about that process and how that was Were you kind of shocked by like how different those two units were when you got them in there?
Oh yeah, I thought they'd be very similar, but the original is so dark.
It's the goth unit.
For me, it's also, it's a lot darker, the original, and it's also, the decay is so much shorter. It's almost like it's like there and gone, you know? And the 305R definitely, that was a conscious decision we made. We actually experimented with different decay time springs and I went back and forth with Wayne, who designed the original one back then. There were certain things he just wanted to change, or he felt it could be more general purpose if we like drove both sides of the tank differently and opened it up. That's why there's so much more top end on the 305R. It's a little bit, we call it lush, but it's because the way each side of the spring assembly is being driven is completely different than the original. So it's definitely opened it up a whole lot more so you could hear every little nuance in that beautiful spring assembly. So
yeah. And so I mean, like, obviously you have both of the units. So I mean, like you got to see that firsthand. So what are your thoughts?
My thoughts on the units. I mean, they both have their own like place in audio. I think it's really cool doing them both together, like in a plugin form. Honestly, I love the original on drums and like the AudioScape version on like just everything else.
I mean that's really cool. Like, one of the things I kind of wanted to ask you, just knowing when you were coming on, I was just like, oh man, I kind of want to know how exactly do plugins like happen? Obviously, there's a lot of like recording involved in it and everything, but like, how do you emulate hardware into, like ones and zeros?
So there's like a crap ton of ways you can do it. I don't even know if my way's like correct, but like one of the ways you can use like something like LT Spice and like basically just map out the components, like the hardware thing, and it will give like an approximation of like what the hardware sounds like. But I find that's always really off. So I like to go like I guess it's like the old fashioned way if there's old fashioned in plugins, but like just like running different like sine waves and IRs and like different clicks through them and stuff, and like measuring how the unit responds to that, and then mapping everything out like that, and then putting it to knobs. So it's just a lot of like, the unit does this when the knob's at 2 and this knob's at 1. Okay, let's map that and then like do it again. And it's just like moving knobs in painful little amounts.
it's the hard way. That's the same way we do things here. Exactly, the hard way. But yeah, you can't do that. Like you mentioned LT Spice, you know, or just the whole idea of looking at something instead of listening for what the changes are, you know, and that's it. That's the way to do it, in my opinion. Do it right, you know.
Oh, usually the right way is the hard way.
Yeah.
So you don't want to take the shortcut way.
Yeah.
And make here, let me make something really quick and throw that out there. Like, anybody can do that.
You know, one thing I do want to talk about is, you know, some people are like, oh, if there's a software emulation of something, then isn't that going to be bad for the hardware? And I think it's quite the opposite. I think it's just going to let people know that maybe aren't even interested in hardware, that this device exists, that it's something, you know, it's just going to get it out there. And then, you know, like for instance, we had people beta testing and they have the original units. They're all different. Everyone has their own individual unique unit that gives them their sound. And it's cool to emulate and nail that one unit down, and that's great. But it's also very cool, you know, to have both. So like, and having, you know, the original unit there and having the plugins, maybe you can use the plugin as well as a placeholder. If you're not around, you're recording someone remote, there's all these different options and things it opens up. So I think it's quite the contrary. I think it's just going to get the word out more about even the original XL-305, which is cool in its own right. So
yeah, they definitely complement each other.
Oh yeah. And I got to mess around with the plugin quite a bit at my house, and man, I think he killed it. Like, I think he did a fantastic job on it. And high res photo aside, I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, no, just got to bring it full circle. Like the whole, people like, is that something that like could, because you've developed things before? Are we the first ones like that you've done like a plug-in for of like a actual hardware unit, or like I assume not, but where you had to like get notes about the way that the plugin's looking, like if that makes sense. Like I'm trying to.
Oh yeah, this is definitely the first one.
Oh, this is the first one.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the first one where it's like these are the guys who actually built the analog units, so like they know literally the in and out of it. So there's gonna be revisions.
Well,
No, they're really, and what was great though is like for me, when I first heard it, like I was just listening for, the same thing I listen for when a hardware piece comes across a desk. And is this bullshit or is this not, right? That's what I'm listening for. And like everything else to me, like I was just instantly happy because I knew what that unit sounded like that we sent to you. And that was just, that was spot on exactly with it. Oh. And another thing that I think that's cool, what drew us to you, I think, is also the ability with what you're doing with your plugins and the ones you're doing for Sam and Mixland, and it's just you're going like one step further. Doing things that are just non-traditional, that are maybe really tough to do in the analog domain, and I think that's really cool. That we could implement possibly some of those things here with some of the AudioScape devices and just offer something different in the digital domain that you can't really get in the analog domain. And I think that's really cool to go like one step further and, maybe tweak, like you can't, for instance, tweak the decay time on the original XL-305R, right? It is what it is. There's the echo chamber, take it or leave it, So, but in the digital domain, that's something you can mess with, and I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh yeah.
And did you find like any like when you were working on the XL-305R and the original XL-305 plugin, were there like what kind of challenges did you come across when it came to emulating and maybe and then expanding on like Chris was saying, like the decay times and everything like that?
I think the biggest like trouble I had was with the original version, because that thing is just like older, so it was a lot of like trying to like dial it in right without getting like any like noise and stuff, and like trying to see like what's an actual feature of the unit and not just like my cables or the unit being like noisy at some points. So it was like, yeah, doing that, and then also like Chris mentioned, doing like how we're going to implement a decay knob, which would be really nice on the original.
Well, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, So.
Well, and it's funny you mentioned the noise on the noise on the original, because they do have an internal power transformer right there, and we wrap those pickups in mu metal, spend all this money on expensive mu metal, and it's still like it's a battle with where you place the thing, because it will pick up like the power transformer of the unit next to it still. Really? Like even with, spending a crap ton on mu metal. So imagine having a power transformer just sitting right back there by the tank. It's just, so that's why we went external with the power supply on ours, just because we don't even want to fight that battle, because,
that's just going to be an uphill battle regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, as you guys have been saying and everything, so, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of, because I was just like curious about, you gotta edit this out, because I'm having major brain fart.
Brain fart right now?
Yeah, I'm having a brain fart. Can you jump in real quick?
Oh, you want me to jump in? Jump into the deep end with you and get lost on that?
It's recovering stoner brain. So that's
I feel that.
You feel that?
That's his form of resting bitch face.
Yeah. Recovering stoner brain. Yeah. Just like, man, this guy's always in a fog, just walking around here. Just like, yeah, bro, what's going on?
Yeah. Is there a unit out there that you have tried to develop, but ended up after X amount of time, you're like, this is just too challenging, I got to put it to the side and come back to it? Or is there a unit out there that you are looking to develop at this current time, something new?
That's a tough one. I feel like I haven't been around long enough to be like, I've worked so long on this, I'm just putting it to the side. But, like stuff I'd want to develop, I feel like with AudioScape's, I ended up doing my dream, which is a reverb plugin, because I feel like I'm always doing compressors and equalizers and channel strips. So like reverb was definitely on the bucket list.
Yeah. No, that. Yeah, for us too. I mean, that's we actually want it. We'd like to do more reverb based, like have a whole line of reverbs we do. It's just finding that time to develop it, and then same thing. Compressors and EQs, they're always calling. They're always like,
Yeah, everybody just reaching out. Making that CL1B, man.
Yeah. Well, not only that, people are like, when are you going to make some more mic preamps? It's like, here's another compressor.
Yeah. Shit. We want a channel strip. How about a compressor?
Mono? Stereo?
Mono stereo?
A compressor sounds great to me.
Yeah, every single time, man.
We love them. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Trevor.
Oh, no. Well, I was gonna say, now, with the feedback that you have gotten from our beta testers, was there anything that you learned through that, like through the on the beta test, like where you're just like, oh, that's something I missed, or
Ooh, yes. The low frequency knob, the 150 hertz on it, I definitely added too much of that in the plugin, and seeing that revision come in, I'm like, oh yeah, I listened back to the unit a couple days ago. I was like, oh my gosh, this is way too much.
Well, this is why we have beta testers, and especially people that have the actual unit too.
I know Joe mentioned the labeling too on one of the things. What was it? I think it was just it was on the 305 original one, which is real easy to. It might have been the TOG or something. Just the labeling was opposite versus the 305R or something. Just little small things that you don't real easy to miss. On that stuff on the first revisions, but. No, I mean, yeah, that's what's been great about this whole process too, Eddie. Is just having where we started. The starting point for this plugin was just like it was just money right from the gate as far as what it actually sounds like. So everything revision wise is just like little things like there's a dot here. Sorry,
looks like the paint's coming off.
Yeah. That's sorry. I mean, that's a good starting.
You got to
spot.
render them at higher sample rates.
Yeah, I was just like looking at it, and I was just like, is that what the front of his looks like? I think I got fucked up in shipping.
Fuck.
So when I was looking at it, just going through everything, I was like, are these fragments on there? Like I said, I never want to be a bother. So I'm just like, yeah, it sounds great. And like we always tell people, I'm like, listen with your ears, don't use your eyes. But like, with a plugin, you kind of have to use your eyes. But,
no.
Oh yeah, especially when the paint's chipping off.
I mean, we could do a relic version. I mean, that we do have a train wreck series. Train wreck series plugins. They can change the skins. Wow. God, it's just like that. But that's gonna be like DLC. If this was a video game, that'd be like DLC. You gotta add it. Like $10. Get you the train wreck package or the skin pack, whatever.
Skin pack. That's terrible.
Skin pack?
Yeah.
Also adds in like a noise floor.
I think that's what they call it. Yeah, the skin pack. I don't know. Yeah.
Skin pack.
I don't know. Is
Skin pack.
So what kind of plug dude, this is like fucking me all up. I'm sorry. So Is there anything that's like on your? I feel like this is kind of piggybacking off of like Justin's question a little bit earlier, but like, is there anything that you currently, maybe you don't want to talk about it just yet, but like there's like a plugin that you have like that's on your bucket list, so you're like, man, I would really like to do that. Like like it could be original, it could be modeling after something.
Well, there is one that's like in the pipeline. I haven't like done too much on it yet. It's for Purified, but I really want to do like a full out like drum plugin, like just like a sampler, but like just like on a whole other level with like tuning options and stuff.
Oh, that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Nice.
That'd be really nice and useful. Like that'd be like, I that might be your $1 million idea.
I mean, it is Sam's idea. I'm just stoked to make it.
That might be Sam's $1 million idea.
Might be Sam's $1 million idea.
Oh yeah.
You at least will get some kind of residual, hopefully. So,
Oh yeah.
but so also, I mean, I'm kind of bouncing around because I have ADHD. But how did you hear about AudioScape?
Oh, fun. Ooh. So there's like two ways I heard of you guys. Like I heard of like the original bus comp like a long time ago, and it was just like in passing. And then when Kiive was doing beta testing like 2 years ago for one of our like, can you say like Zener style plugin?
Yeah.
Like some guy was like, that sort of looks like the D comp. I was like, what's the D comp? So I looked it up, bought it like the next Wednesday it was available, and it's just been my favorite hardware compressor ever.
Yeah, that thing is a beast. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody wants the decomp.
Dude, yeah. Yeah. We won't go there.
You already know where that was going to be.
I'm sorry.
That was a softball.
That was a softball.
But no, that on drums though, there's nothing like as just a straight drum compressor like overheads or any sort of room mics just crushing. There's just nothing that sounds like that to me, like on drums. There's no other and there's other compressors that sound amazing on drums, but there's nothing that sounds exactly like that. Like not even in the same universe to me.
Yeah,
The color of it's nice.
Yeah, it's stupidly unique.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we've had people though using it on vocals and out mode a lot. Had that, acoustic guitars, all over the map. But man, just there's something about that on drums. That's actually what we tune it with, is with drums, with the drum loop as well. Like as far as setting the control voltages for each channel and things like that. Yeah, so that's kind of like where everything sort of balances out. We don't, just like with the reverb, sometimes you get people like everyone sort of, as an engineer is like, I get a new piece of gear and I'm going to run a sine wave through it. Well, with the reverb, it's actually I learned this, and Wayne schooled me on this because I tried to do the same thing. He's like, no, it's pink noise, for that particular device. Yeah. And but same with the decomp's kind of the same way. We don't really mess with sines too much except for just general levels, and then we use drum loops in that to calibrate the control voltages. And yeah, it's an interesting compressor. It's definitely got some quirks, but like a lot of vintage things, that we model after, there's always these quirks, and you have to decide, is this something worth keeping? A lot of times it is, like 90% of the time it is,
Yeah.
But I have a question, Eddie, as far as how do you deal with, I don't know how many vintage things you've modeled, but with noise, like I know some plugin manufacturers, they like to just have like a noise button. Do you prefer to like sort of work around the noise or try to get it as noiseless as possible? Or some people, they love noise. They're just like, let me turn this on and just record the noise because I need more noise. Like Steve, who does Willie.
Oh, and Matt Randall.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah. Yep. Two different types of artists.
Two different types of artists.
Yeah.
One does noise core.
Does NASCAR.
NASCAR, yeah.
And then Steve records Willie Nelson.
Yeah, and Steve records Willie Nelson. Exactly.
Both like noise.
Both like noise. A lot of noise.
But no, I was just going to ask, like, like I was saying, do you prefer to just keep all the noise in there, take it or leave it, or do you try to sort of ease that in a little bit, or like? I'm just curious to know your approach at that.
Yeah, I like to like get as minimal amount of noise as possible. I feel like that's like one of the benefits of digital is like you don't have to deal with that. And then people who do like it just throw up a noise generator, I guess, and run it through the plugin. But like, yeah, I like to keep it like as little noise as possible.
That's an excellent point, because I was just I was speaking with a customer earlier, and they were asking us, why did you go external on the power supply for our AS78? And I was explaining that, because they're like, you have internal on the stereo 260 VU that we do. And I was explaining just the type of design it is with being a FET compressor versus a VCA. There's a lot more noise, like inherent noise it could pick up if the transformer is inside and it's internal. So we decided to go external because we are, like, being a analog manufacturer, we are competing with plugins for people, with what they're using. So we try to get things as low noise as possible, but not change the circuit, not like, tweak, let me change this resistor value because it's going to lower the noise. We don't do that, so.
A lot of fine tuning.
Yeah. But no, I think that's interesting that you were talking about that. And I do agree that that's like one of the biggest benefits of plugins is you can get as low noise as possible. And there's a lot of ways to get noise if you do want it. So, yep.
Sorry. I forgot to hit mute on this thing, and it's a scam likely.
Pick it up, dude.
Do we want to answer it? Oh, damn. I was about to answer it. I lost it. I was going to have you talk to him.
Your car's warranty.
Yeah, your car's warranty. They stopped with that. Now it's all about we want to buy your house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the big one now. And they think my name's Robert. So I act like Robert. Yeah. It's a different address than what they have for me. So.
I usually get those texts. I don't get those calls. I get the scam text.
I have a 2-year text thread going on right now with this guy named Robert. That's I'm Robert. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is, but I keep telling him that he can come out to the property, but he's not allowed to ask what's buried in the backyard. And like just so much stuff. I go, everything has to be cash deal. Throw
up as many red flags as possible.
Throw up every red flag possible to where they're and he's still interested. I don't know, because he's a red flag. But I've just been fucking with him for 2 years, and it's been great. It's a little anytime it comes through. Oh no.
So I know we're talking about the plugin. It should be out probably by the time this airs. We should have the 305R plugin out. And I know we'll be promoting it. We're doing 2 trade shows coming up. We're doing Studio Zine in Hamburg. We leave Saturday for that. And then AES in New York City right after that. So
yeah.
We should have brought the little poster that Michael did.
Do you want me to go grab it?
Yeah, go grab the poster.
Grab it.
Yeah, I think he saw
background music here.
Michael may have sent it to you or Trevor.
Sick.
Yeah. I think that turned out great. I think it's important that people know that we collaborated on this as well, and like just really you knocked it out of the park with it, Eddie. I'm like, everybody here is super excited for it, and we can't wait to see what we do in the future, with certain things. Wink, wink,
Yes.
But yep.
Oh yeah, cut me a piece.
So, yeah, maybe if people want to comment below, they can talk, see if maybe there's anything else they'd like to see us collaborate on as far as in the digital domain. See like what they'd like to see, AudioScape and Kiive come up with next. So I know we got a couple ideas, but we'll keep that between us.
Don't let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Trevor's coming. Trevor's coming with the poster. Oh, all right.
Yay, Trevor.
No, yeah, it's already weird enough, dude.
Yeah, I'm already awkward enough.
Yeah.
But this is the poster.
Show them how it retracts. That's one of the coolest features.
Oh yeah, this is like the coolest feature. So
now you see it. No, you don't.
Oh fuck, that's sick.
yeah. Vinyl poster. Smells brand new. We got it in today. So it's It's pretty cool. Not to date this episode or anything, but we can put it right there.
Let's put it right there.
Right there.
Yep.
Ooh.
And you have the mic arms in the way, so you're it looks great.
Yeah. We can cover
Looks
up
great.
the logo.
Cover up the logo of the Sonic Truth.
Yeah. Let's cover up the Sonic Truth logo. There we go.
We are now. This is now an advertisement.
Yep.
So today's episode has been brought to you by our XL-305R plugin.
No, also, there's one of the coolest things. Well, first of all, when we first started talking, I know, Eddie, you sent me all your plugins that you were doing, and I found them quite useful and awesome. And there was nothing that seemed like, oh, this could be improved on or anything like that on, when I was checking them out. But one of the cool things is your stuff's now on Plugin Alliance right now, right? As well.
Oh yeah, I got a few up there.
Yeah. And that's huge. I mean, we've known about them for years, and they've, that's. I mean,
I've done quite a bit of browsing on there myself. So I mean, I'm sure Justin
Done some purchasing on there.
Oh, you've
myself.
done some purchasing on there. So yeah, I've done the browsing. You've done the purchasing. So yeah, and anything that looks cool, I'm just like, and over to YouTube we go. So and then I try to look for anything on it. So, but I mean that has to be kind of exciting though, because like you've only been doing this since what, like 2020? So 3 years. Right?
2021.
2021. So 2 years. Gosh. And you're already and you're
2 years.
And you're already like hopping in like and getting on Plugin Alliance and everything like that. You know how many times people will build a plugin and they'll just present it to somebody and somebody just goes, "This isn't good." Like, and they've been doing it for, longer. You have a skill set, and I hope you recognize it.
Well, thank you.
I'm sorry. What am I supposed to do? Like, I'm gonna compliment you all day. I mean, the plugins I've heard from you are fantastic. So, just saying, it's you got a skill set, but like, so
yeah, Trevor,
I'm sorry.
you're so nice. He's a nice boy.
I'm a man.
He's a nice boy.
I'm a nice man.
Trevor's a nice little boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He took it further.
You took it real further.
So we have this reverb plugin. We're announcing we're really promoting around these trade shows, but we have NAMM coming up as well, and we might have something new in the works for NAMM as well.
Yeah, something might be in the works for there. I think we've got a pretty good relationship now, right? Like especially
If you gotta ask, man.
Like if I gotta ask, like would you say like is this going well for you?
What
It's
is this,
going well
like
for us. Is it going well for you?
I'd say I like Chris, but not you.
Damn. There's always a little truth to it,
It's like
Joe.
that.
Sorry, Trevor.
Oh no, it's fine.
It's like that.
fine.
I think you should leave sketch with the bones are their money.
Oh yeah, the bones are there.
We like the parts.
The worms are their dollars.
It's like we like Chris's part. Him, Chris, or me, Chris? Is your name Chris? No, so I don't know what. So I'm so fucking confused.
That's why I'm so fucking confused.
Sorry, it's like my favorite show ever. So I have yeah.
Oh, same here.
Oh yeah. How can you hate me? No, he doesn't.
Well, now that I know this info, I love you.
Oh, see, he said he just liked
You're back
you.
in.
He just liked
Yeah.
you. He loves me now. It's going well. I could tell. But yeah, NAMM coming up. We might have something else. Do we want to tease that already, or
We'll keep it on the DL.
DL? We'll just say that there's something else coming.
Something else in the
Yeah,
works,
and you're involved, and we'll just say that.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
So don't let the let's not open up that can of worms just yet. Otherwise, we're gonna start getting.
Well, we won't get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
because this is pretty awesome and pretty awesome feat in itself. So
Exactly. This is all about the XL-305R right now. So
Do we have a price point that we can announce on that?
Well, we were thinking about what is it? About 10% of the hardware was what we were thinking for a general starting price point.
That'd be good.
And you know, I know we've talked about doing maybe like a deluxe version with adding the options as well on top of this.
yeah.
You know, so we'll see how that goes, and you know, but the we might figure out something for people that own the hardware as well currently with the plugin. So might be able to, like I was mentioning, if a lot of people like to have a software version of the hardware that they have. So I think in today's day and age that makes sense. So we might figure out something like that, you know.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I mean, as far as that goes, you know, we'll see where we land. We don't have a solid price yet. So
It's a good ballpark area, about 10% of what the actual hardware cost would be.
yeah, that's you know, people I've talked to, you know, that's what they seem to say would be a fair price. So
yeah, and this is like all new to us. So like going into the whole plug-in world and everything, that's just completely new to us. So we're happy that you're, you know, you're basically the architecture of that's not the right fucking word.
Trevor has a complicated relationship with words.
I do. It's like ADHD, dyslexia, and recovering stoner brain. All in one.
It's all right though. That's why we love them. You know?
Yeah, they're just like, oh, look at him trying.
He's doing his best.
His best. What a good boy. What a good little boy. Man. But NAMM, are you gonna? Obviously, you're probably gonna be at NAMM, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be at NAMM.
You're gonna be at NAMM. You knew, and
I'll be there.
I mean, we could potentially like have you come by the booth and hang out for a bit, and maybe if we, I mean, talk about the plugin and maybe something else that later.
Be fun. Oh,
I am enjoying this way too much.
You know, what's funny is like NAMM last year was like not that long ago, so it just feels like man, it's I know like NAMM again. You know,
like it's coming up quick.
So and usually we try to have like products ready to announce for NAMM, so we're sweating it out hard, you know, trying to get stuff ready for all these trade shows as far as you know.
It's been a grind, yeah. Especially with Studio Zine and AES as well. Like, I mean, like added another convention this year. I mean, like, let's see which one we add next year. Like, what convention do you want to see us at? Comic-Con? No, we're not going to Comic-Con. But let's see. Should we go into the crazy questions? Because I feel like
you've already kind of go ahead.
I mean, the ones that are like off top. But I mean, you know, like everybody likes having like a good
questions.
little.
I'm excited.
What the crazy questions make you excited?
Oh yeah, I didn't know there was crazy questions.
You didn't know there was crazy questions? It's just like real fun ones. Like I like to ask everybody. So like, what's the worst advice you've ever given somebody?
Telling beginner producers to fix it in the mix.
Wait. So I kind of do want to get back on topic right now just because of that, because I have a question that I was wanting to ask you. So before you're doing plugins and everything like that, you were obviously recording bands and everything. So what age did you get into music, and did you start off as a musician first and then go into the whole production life? #producer life.
Yeah, like hashtag producer life. I started playing guitar in grade 6, and then I started recording bands when I was in grade 10, and then just did that full time out of high school, and then COVID happened a few years later.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 25.
25? Man, I got 10 years on you. This is your future.
Fuck me.
I'm married. I can't.
Darn it.
Maybe at NAM, different zip code.
Oh.
Just joking. Edit that out. Oh God!
Don't edit that
What is this episode? I love it. For some reason, in my mind, like when I talked to you, like through email and everything like that, I thought you were gonna be older. So so when I saw you, I was just like, oh, this guy's clearly in his youth. This is gonna be good. Because for some reason, I was like in my head just being like, all right, we're gonna sit down. It's gonna be like this 45-year-old guy, and
Gosh,
I'm gonna have to, and I'm gonna sit there, and I'm gonna sit there and try to like relate. No, I mean, like I'm not saying 45 is old. I'm just saying like it's just No, I'm not, guys. I'm not. I'm just saying. I thought it was gonna be somebody.
It is
was just like a little whatever. You know what? So I'm vibing. This is cool. All right. So, all right. More crazy questions. Aliens. Do you believe in them?
Yes. Aliens.
You believe in them?
I feel like I have a love-hate relationship with aliens.
How?
I think they're real.
Yeah, of course. Of course they're real.
I don't fucking know.
You don't fucking know.
I just like to believe in them.
Oh, that's good. Everybody needs to believe in something, including yourselves. Make sure you believe in yourselves. So, do you believe in ghosts?
And aliens. I'd like to say no, but I feel like everyone who does that gets haunted.
So let's say no, and then next time you'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, they're real.
I went into
I'll
the
report
bathroom,
back
brushed
to
my
you.
teeth, and just something grabbed me and gave me a swirly. Like, nothing was there. I don't know what happened. Nah, well, so then now it takes away my question where I was going to be like, well, have you ever seen a ghost? But, and you may have, and you're just like, I don't believe in you. Stay over there. So, if you,
You're not real. Get away.
you're not real. I can't see you. You're not real. If you had to pick a song that was going to play every single time you walked into a room and everybody had to hear it, and it's only one song for the rest of your life, what song would that be?
Oh, man. Scatman's World.
Oh, damn.
Scatsman? Really? Scatman's World?
Scatman?
Yeah.
The best music ever.
I mean, it's been a bit.
Yeah.
It has been a bit, but I approve. That is a good answer. We've never had that one before.
No.
We've had Eye of the Tiger. We've had forget what else we had. I just know that we haven't had Scatman's World.
It's a disappointment.
Very much so. Very, very much so. All right. So here, we'll do one more question, and then we will leave it at that. If you could go back in time and if you can go back in time and talk to your younger self,
It's not that old.
What? If you can go back, yeah, that's true. If you can go back in time to like 8-year-old you, we'll just go 8-year-old you. All right. That way, like it's not 20 years. Like so, if you can go back in time 17 years, let's make it an odd number, 17 years. What would you tell your younger self? And do you think your younger self would believe that you are them?
I think my younger self would believe that I was them, but I don't think they'd believe anything I tell them.
No? Do you think it would? Do you think that like it'd be like Back to the Future, where it's like, oh, if you mess with like a certain thing, like it's gonna derail all this, and then all suddenly like say it happens, and then this interview never happens.
Or like that weird
Oh my
scene in
gosh.
Back to
What
the
the
Future
fuck?
where the mom tries to hook up.
Oh
her-
yeah,
yeah.
with her kid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the weirdest part of that whole series, I think.
I thought it was hot. No, I was just joking. I was just joking. No, it was weird. Like, I want to go back and be like, Steven Spielberg, what the fuck, man? You got some Freudian thing going
What
on
have
here?
they
What's
done
going
to
on?
you?
So, is there so anything that you wanted to say or to him or no?
I don't think so.
No?
I feel like I'm still pretty young and pretty happy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well,
That changes.
We'll do another interview and you got about 5 years left. Then it's all cynicism from there.
Oh, it's not too bad.
It's not. It's not. I actually like to. I consider myself a very happy-go-lucky guy, so very carefree, and hold on to that spirit because it pisses people off. So-
Yeah, it does.
it really does. People are like, "Why is he happy?" I don't like it. So- is there anything that you want to promote?
Well,
Fuck.
yeah, I know, right? There's
I mean,
Kiive's got a lot of stuff going on.
Kiive
right?
does have a lot going on.
You know, aside from everything.
Does it have to be something that I'm doing? Like, can I just promote like a thing in general?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody ever does that. Do it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'd like to promote smoked meat. It's really good.
Smoked meat. What's your favorite meat?
Yes.
Yes. All right. I like it. I like all the meats. I like them all smoked. So, do you have an opinion on jerky?
Oh yeah. I like sloppy steaks.
Oh,
I love jerky.
Slop them up. Slop them up, boys. No,
Gotta slop them up. You think this is slicked back?
This is pushback. I used to be an asshole.
You would have not liked me back then.
Yeah, I used to be a piece of shit. You have no idea what we're talking about.
No, I don't.
But
I'm worried the baby doesn't think people can change.
people can change.
Oh, that hair would slick back real nice.
All right, so we've been also brought to you by Tim Robinson today. But Eddie, we are actually gonna let you go now, and since you have watched so many of these and you know about all the stuff that we do on here with the crazy questions and everything, great job by the way. Please do our famous sign-off line.
Fuck you, Trevor.
Best one yet. Best one yet. Love it.